Assalamu alaikum dear students of grade 7. Who are you all? Your English teacher is present here once again with your Oxford Progressive English lessons. I hope you have prepared your previous lessons. So today we are going to start our next lessons in unit number 1, chapter number 4. You will open your books at page number 19. We are going to study a non-fictional story. Non-fiction is a story that is based on facts. The name of the story is The Orphan Elephant and Kandipera, Sri Lanka. We are going to discuss the introduction of this story. The text below is really two texts which have been run together. The texts are in the correct sequence, but you need to separate them. One is called The Orphan Elephant and the other is called Kandipera. So students, this story consists of two texts, but these both two texts have been merged together. So we are going to discuss the separated text at page number 22. We shall discuss our first separated text, the story of the orphan elephant. We shall discuss the summary highlights of the orphan elephant. Come towards the board. Students, the orphan elephant is the story of the poor elephant, the baby elephant. We are going to discuss the summary highlights. At first, the writer discusses the helpless condition of the baby elephant. The situation is that the baby elephant is standing before an orphanage in the Kandy city of Sri Lanka. Orphanage is a place where the orphans are cared for. So the baby elephant is standing in a very poor and dejected condition. Although he is tied with a string, yet there is no need for string because the elephant is already in a poor condition and there is no chance of her running. The elephant is dejected and sad. His color has been turned pale and yellow because he has not eaten for many days. The writer discusses the reason of the elephant's sadness. The reason is that the baby elephant has been separated from his mother. He was traveling with his mother and in the way he was separated from his herd. So the people caught him and brought him to the orphanage. So we are going to discuss the condition of elephant's mother. The condition of the elephant's mother is also not different from the baby elephant. The mother is grieved. The writer says the mother must have cried with pain at the loss of her child and baby elephant, and she must have died in grief. So the next scene is the scene after 10 months. This was the scene before 10 months when the baby elephant was lost. After 10 months, the baby elephant has totally changed. He has learned to live happily. He is living happily among his fellow elephants. He is making mischiefs and enjoying his life. So the baby elephant gives us the moral lesson that new beginnings are possible. Friends, if we forget our past and come towards our present, we focus on our present, we can improve our future. So we can make new beginnings by forgetting our past grief. Students, this was the story of the baby elephant which has given us a very good moral lesson. So we are going towards the words meanings of the text, The Orphan Elephant. Words meanings. Number 1, misery, a state of being ill. Number 2, dejection, a state of sadness and depression. Number 3, orphanage, a public institution for the care of the orphans. Number 4, deserted, left alone. Number 5, nuzzle, to touch somebody with nose. Friends, you will write these words meanings in your notebooks and learn them. You will also study the story of the orphan elephant thoroughly on your books. Assalamu alaikum students. Now we are going to study reading for understanding at page number 22. Reading for understanding. Question number 1. Explain how the baby elephant's behavior shows that he was distressed. Answer. He was completely still with his head hanging low and his trunk curling on the ground. This shows that he was distressed. Question number 2. Why was the elephant's body yellowed when he was found? Answer. Because he had not eaten anything for a long time. Question number 3. What suggestions does the writer make about what might have happened to his mother? Answer. He thinks that his mother was grieving for her baby or she might have died. Question number 4. In what ways had the elephant changed after 10 months? Answer. The elephant had adjusted himself to his new home and became strong and happy. Question number 5. What adjective would you use to describe the atmosphere of the text? Answer. I would use sad as an adjective here. Friends, now we will solve the exercise at page number 23. Write down the words in the text which have the meaning of the following words and phrases. A. Gloomy, depression, dejection. B. Abundant, deserted, uncared for, neglected, mourning, grieving, nestle up to, nuzzle. Question number 2. Morning and morning are homophones. Homophones are the words that are spelled differently. They have different spellings with different meanings but with the same sound. Write 2 sentences using these 2 words. Number 3. Trunk and trunk are homographs. Homographs are the words that have different same spellings and sounds but they have different meanings. Write 2 sentences using these 2 words. Now we will write the sentences. Morning. I get up early in the morning. Morning. The mother elephant is mourning for her lost child. Trunk. Elephant splashed the water with its trunk. Trunk. I locked all my books in a big iron trunk. Students, now we are going to discuss the second text of this chapter at page number 24. Candypera. Come towards its highlights. So students, when we read the name Candypera, the question comes towards our mind, what is Candypera? Students, Candypera is a religious festival. It is a parade of dancers, drummers and decorated elephants that is held every year in Sri Lanka. Now we shall discuss the background of this parade. As we know that this text comes from Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankans are the Buddhists. They follow the teachings of Buddha. So in Sri Lanka there is a temple named Siridalada. This temple is in Kandy city. So in this temple the relic of the teeth of Buddha has been kept. So this festival of Candypera is held in Sri Lanka in this regard. The Buddhists from all over the world come to Sri Lanka to celebrate Candypera in the remembrance of the religious relic of Buddha. So we shall discuss the celebrations of Candypera. In the custom of Candypera, different celebrations are made. Dancing is done, drums are used and elephants are used in a decorated style. Our next point is tribute to gods. In the festival of Candypera, the tribute to different gods is paid to ask for their mercy, to ask for the fertile lands and fertility. In this regard, elephants are used. Elephants are decorated in bright colors. They are covered with cloth from every part except their eyes. Elephants are used because they are regarded as a symbol of fertility in Sri Lanka. So towards the end of these celebrations, When the tribute to different gods is paid, these celebrations come to end. When the festival of Khandipera is ended, the people move towards their homes and the elephants also move towards their villages in order to perform their daily tasks. So students, this was the festival of Khandipera. I suggest to give a proper reading to this chapter on your book for further understanding of Khandipera. Now we are going to discuss the words meanings of this text. Words meanings. Number 1, temple, a place of worship. Number 2, relic, all things surviving from the past. Number 3, auspicious, having good omen. Number 4, vibrant, bright. Number 5, manic, showing wild excitement and energy. Friends, so we write these words meanings in your notebooks and learn them. Friends, now we are going to study reading for detail of unit number 1, chapter number 4 at page number 25. Reading for detail. Question number 1. What was involved in the ancient custom of Rajakarya? Answer. In the ancient custom of Rajakarya, king, the guardian of sacred relic, gave land and holy shrines to the people. Question number 2. Why do elephants have an important role in the Khandipera? Answer. Because elephants are a cultural symbol of abundance and fertility. They are also considered important in attracting rain. Question number 3. Write down 3 nouns which are used for the fabrics which decorate the elephants. Answer. These 3 nouns are drapes, coverings and costumes. Question number 4. Write down 3 phrases which convey the effects of light during prayer. Answer. Glinting in firelight, flames soaring magnified, illuminated by their torches. Question number 5. Describe various sounds that can be heard during the prayer. Answer. Horns blowing, drums beating, whips cracking. Friends, now we move towards the exercises at page number 26. Use the context and your dictionary to explain the meanings of the following words and phrases. Relic, any old thing surviving from past. Prescribed species by astrologers, a time declared lucky by astrologers. Number C, visually stunning, looking very attractive. D, yielding whips, holding a whip. E, the urgent beating of drums, fast and loud beating of drums. Number 2, use your dictionary to find the meanings of the following words. Specific, particular, abundance, large quantity, lavishly, generously, hordes, crowds, frantic, fast and loud, illuminated, glowing, soaring, flying high, unperturbed, not disturbed, manic, overexcited, blurred, walk slowly. So friends, we have completed our unit number 1. I hope you have understood your lessons. Please learn all the questions, words, meanings and exercises by heart. Thank you. Students, we have completed our unit number 1. Now we are going to start our unit number 2, that is War and Peace, at page number 28. We are going to start a story that is a non-fiction, that is a real story. This story is based on origami. Origami is the ancient Japanese custom. It is the art of paper folding. It originally started in China, but later on it became a part of the Japanese culture in the 6th century. So this story is based on the origami art. The person who is related to this art is called origamists, and there are 2 rules in this art, that scissor and glue will not be used. So this is a paper folding art. We shall discuss the highlights of this chapter. So, unit number 2, War and Peace, chapter 1, the paper cranes of peace. Summary. We have discussed the introduction of this chapter, that is based on origami. And what is origami? Origami is a paper folding art. So, there is a Japanese proverb. The Japanese proverb or saying says that the person who folds 1000 paper cranes will live a long life. Our story is based on this saying. The writer discusses the after effects of the atomic blast in Hiroshima during World War II. Students, during the Second World War, America threw 2 atomic bombs on the 2 major cities of Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There was a tremendous disturbance and chaos in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Many people were died and many were injured. Atomic rays were spread everywhere, due to which the war was ended. But the war with health is still going on in Japan. The after effects of atomic blast are that various dangerous diseases have spread in Japan, including cancer of different types. So this is a story of a girl, Sadako Sasaki, who was 2 years old when the atomic bomb was blasted at Hiroshima. After 10 years, Sadako Sasaki was 12 years old and she became a very good athlete, a racer. One day she was practicing for her race when she was collapsed, and afterwards it was discovered that she was suffering from blood cancer due to the atomic rays. So students, Sadako Sasaki was disappointed because her longest wish was to live a very long life, and one of her friends told her about the folding of paper cranes. As we have earlier discussed the Japanese saying that the person who folds 100 paper cranes will live a long life, so Sadako Sasaki also starts folding paper cranes to fulfill her wish to live a long life. So she was folding paper cranes in the hospital when her friends started to die. Many of her friends were died also due to blood cancer of atomic rays. So here Sadako Sasaki continued to fold papers instead of her friend's death. But now her wish had changed. Her wish was that these atomic weapons should never be used in the world and they will be finished. So students, Sadako Sasaki could not complete her 1000 paper cranes. She died before, and her remaining task was completed by her classmates, her friends and family members to remember Sadako Sasaki. A new project mission was started to remember Sadako Sasaki and her efforts for peace. Young people from all over the world contributed in this peace project. So in 1958, a statue of Sadako Sasaki holding a golden crane in her hand was placed in Hiroshima Peace Park, remembering her efforts for peace. At the bottom of this statue, the words of peace are written. This is our cry, this is our prayer, peace in the world. So, in front of a place where the statue of Sadako Sasaki is placed, a flame of peace is burning, and this flame will continue to burn till the atomic weapons in the world are finished. So students, this is a story that is a very touching and heart-moving story for the peace lovers. Students, now you will write the words meanings of unit number 2, chapter number 1. Number 1, poignant, painful. Number 2, surrender, to yield. Number 3, dizziness, feelings of giddiness. Number 4, collapse, to fall down. Number 5, contamination, pollution. Number 6, atrocity, cruelty. Number 7, eliminate, to remove completely. You will write these words meanings in your notebooks and learn them. Now come towards your books and open page number 32. Here we are going to solve an exercise vocabulary. Fill in the gap in the following sentences with a word from the text. The paragraph in the text from which the required word comes is indicated in brackets. In these sentences, the word may be used in a different sense from that in the text. So we will put the words taken from the text in these sentences. It was a poignant moment in the film when the mother was reunited with her daughter whom she had not seen for 10 years. Here we will write the word poignant from paragraph number 1. Tariq always has to be different. He never does anything in a conventional way. Here we will write word conventional from paragraph 2. The contamination in the harbour following the oil spill from the tanker was very sad to see. Here we will write the word contamination from paragraph 3. Tragically, war always seems to involve atrocity. Here we will write the word atrocity from paragraph number 4. Your hard work this term has been an inspiration to us all. Amir, well done. Here we write the word inspiration from paragraph 4. The sculpture was finally unveiled after the sculptor had worked on it for 16 long years. Here we will write the word unveiled from paragraph number 5. The fire at the factory was so fierce that it was 50 hours before it was finally extinguished. Here we will write the word extinguished from the paragraph 6. The athlete taking part in the Olympics was devastated to be eliminated from the race. She thought she had won because she had made a false start. Here we will write the word eliminate from paragraph number 6. So students, you will solve this exercise on your books. Here is a writing task for you. It is a shape poem for peace. As we are studying the unit War and Peace, so here is drawn a dove. Dove is a symbol of peace, and around the dove, the poem Peace has been written. Weaving wings of peace wrapped around me, above and below me, inside and out me, like a golden thread. So students, dove is a word which is a universal symbol of peace. Here is a shape poem for peace. The poem is made up of a picture of a dove around which is written a simple non-rhyming poem about peace. Draw your own dove or copy or trace this one. Color it in a shade which you think is appropriate to peace. Now write down words and phrases which are associated with peace and choose the most effective. Experiment with words which sound gentle and peaceful. Here are some ideas. You can use these words in your poem. Tranquility, serenity, harmony, unity, amity, the warm gold of friendship, fly high on the wings of peace, safe with the dove of peace, no more war, let us love one another. Prayers. Now carefully write your own peace poem and around your dove. So students, your task is that you will draw a dove like this on your notebooks and Write your own peace poem around your dove as I have done for you on the board. Students, here I have drawn dove for you on the board and I have written the poem. The name of my poem is The Dove's Song. Let us read the poem. Flying high with my golden wings upon the countries of the world, carrying a hope of peace, a message of love and friendship. I sing the harmonies of happy life. So students, your task is that you will draw a dove like this on your notebooks. Then you will write the words that are related to peace. Next, you will use these words in simple sentences and you will write a poem, a peace poem of your own, just like I have done. You can use simple sentences and simple words to write your peace poem. It shows that you are peaceful. Students, now we are going to solve reading for understanding at page number 31. You will open your notebooks and start to write question answers. Question number 1. What is origami and what are its essential rules? Answer. Origami is an ancient art of paper folding. There are two essential rules in it. Neither scissors nor glue should be used. Question number 2. What did the Japanese legend have to say about folding origami cranes? Answer. It says that whoever folds 1000 origami cranes will live a long life. Question number 3. What happened in Hiroshima in Japan in 1945? Answer. In 1945, a B-29 bomber dropped the first atomic bomb on Hiroshima in Japan. Question number 4. What were the immediate and long-term consequences of this event? Answer. Thousands of people were killed instantly and the death toll rose over the following years as the terrible after effects of the atomic bomb. Question number 5. Where did Sadako develop leukemia? Answer. Because she was contaminated by atomic bomb. So friends, we have completed our 2 chapters. 4th chapter of unit number 1 and 1st chapter of unit number 2. This is your 1 week's work. You will read chapter readings, learn words meanings, learn question answers, learn exercises and complete the activity of dove poem at home. Thank you.